Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to make my traditional labels fun fold card, and it's a card within a card. So you have this little one here and this one here. How cute is that? And I've embossed it with the holly embossing fold. I've used this gorgeous DSP. So let me show you the supplies you need to make it, and it's actually very simple. Always with these little folds, they look more complex than they are, but very effective. Okay, so I'm in the UK, so I'm using A4 cardstock, but if you're in the US, if you're using US letter, just bring it down a little bit. So this piece measures 11 inches by 4 1/8, which is half a piece of A4. You need a scrap of cherry cobbler to do the labels and the bow. You need a piece of cherry cobbler here to do the little folded card, and this measures 7 inches by 2.5 inches. You need a piece of designer series paper, and this is from, let me just check what it was called, Elegant Pine Snowflakes. This was an online exclusive, just gorgeous, and I used it last month. I don't know if I have one of the cards nearby to show you. I don't, but how gorgeous are these papers? You can see I've used it. All these different little scraps, little snowflakes and things, but this you get two quite similar of this design. One is more of a literally the snowflake. I think I've got it on another sample here. You get more of the actual little snowflakes, but it's just gorgeous. And I think it just set it off really nicely on this card. And you need two pieces of basic white cardstock, one for the inside here and one we're going to emboss on top. So it's a bit disjointed instructions here. These both measure 3 3/8 by 2 3/8. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored. Let's put the card back up here. So on the card base, you're going to score along the 11-inch side at 5.5 inches. That's all. And then on the cherry cobbler piece, it measures 7 inches by 2.5. On the 7-inch side, you're going to score at 3.5 inches. So that's your scoring done. And then while we're doing different pieces of cutting and things, let's go ahead and I'm going to cut some labels. So this is from the mini catalogue, and it's we've used it on another project here already, but it's this one here, and this time we're using the traditional labels dies. And I'm using 'Tis the Season, which was from Ornamental Christmas, but you could of course use one of these, but I just wanted something a little bit higher up. But these are gorgeous, and you could just buy the dies to get these different shapes. But you'll see some of the banners here go for these ones, but we're using these two here. As always, I can't remember if I said this already in the video, but if you want to buy any of the links are in the description bar below. So I'm going to cut out this one and the bow. So one of these labels in basic white, and I'll be right back. Okay, and then meanwhile, what I've used as well on here, these are cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive backed berries. They're an online exclusive, still available. We had them last year as well, but I find I'm left always with a lot of the pearls. And I use up all the cherry cobbler. So what I did was I've taken my cherry cobbler dark blend and I've coloured over some of these so that I could use in class and not waste all of my, not waste, but so I could use up all of these and so they didn't go to waste. So that's what I've done there ahead of time. In fact, I've got them here. So I've let them dry. They look a little bit more real red. I'll just try and get one out here. So yeah. This is me colouring in with my blend. So that's just to show you a little tip there. You can colour in any colour. Okay, let's fold the card base in half. Give it a little burnish. And we are going to get the trimmer to cut these two pieces. The DSP, you can get 2 of these cards out of this size DSP. So I need to be very careful that I'm in shot here. So with your card, have it how it would open, and you want to cut from this corner here down to this corner here. So this folded corner, top left down to bottom right. So open it out, and so we're leaving this back piece. we're going to line up this fold here in the groove, and down here this little point, and it's important you get this the right way around, and we're just going to cut that off. And you can use this to die cut and stamp on for another project, or cut your label out of. So that's how you get the card front. And then with the designer series paper, again, it's important you get this the right way around. So you need kind of this section here for your card. So you want to go top left hand corner to bottom right hand corner when you're cutting this in half. So line up both corners in the track here on your trimmer, and I tend to go from the middle so I don't scuff the corners like that. So then you have two pieces. Okay, then we're also going to emboss the card and one of the little basic white layers in this Jolly Holly embossing folder. You can see this is worn out, as how much I've used it. So how I got the pattern on the back, oops, here, is to slide it in. So this is the top, the one with the little black logo. It was always the emboss side, and this is the deboss side. Okay, so I'm going to slide my card base. So this would be the front of the card flapping over. So I'm going to do the inside here, line it up roughly with the fold of the card, and then I'm going to pop that through the embossing machine, and then also one of these layers as well. After I've done this, I'm going to pop through the embossing machine as well, so I'll be right back. Okay, gorgeous. My favorite, one of my favorite embossing folders from this year actually, but you do have to buy it. It's a hybrid embossing folder, so you get some dies with it, and the dies are useful, but you know, not everyone wanted those. But that's, if you want this folder, that's how you have to get it. Okay, so I'm going to put some liquid glue on the back of here. I mean, this side's just gorgeous as well, but the other side, I just thought it was quite unusual for a Christmas card, always quite dark, but with the cherry cobbler and the little berries, it worked really well with the background. So I've cut this so you get that little border all the way around. Okay, so that's that. I mean, it's just so sweet, isn't it? Fold your card here in half, so this card within a card. And then so you want, when you put this in, you want it to be like a book opening the wrong way, or a card opening the wrong way. Okay, so you can go ahead and pop this layer on top, and there's a very small border around there because I wanted a pop of cherry cobbler, but I wanted this kind of card front bit to be the main attraction. Okay, so then you're going to put some glue on the back, and you're going to stick this in the middle of the back piece, but like I say, with the card opening the wrong way. So center that as best you can. Doesn't matter if you're not quite there. Give it a really good press down because we're sticking onto an embossed layer, and then as you fold this over, that will be in the right place. Perfect. So you're going to stick this other layer inside. Like this. I didn't stamp anything inside because there's not a lot of room to write on, so I wanted to leave that blank for you to write in there. Okay, so like I said, I've already gone ahead and cut these labels and the bow. So the bow comes in two pieces, so you could use glue, but I think I used a spot of a little glue dot, sorry, rolled up or just elongated slightly on this piece here so it doesn't show, and then I popped this little bow on top. So cute. And then another one on the back of here, again, just stretch slightly. I'm not sure if I'm in shot there, but you can manipulate it round. Actually, I need to stamp first. I'll do that in a minute. So greetings. 'Tis the season, and again, you could make this a winter birthday if you want to. So I'm stamping my favorite green, which is shaded spruce, which is one of the greens in here. The other one is old olive, I believe. So I'm going to stamp quite high up on the label, most of the time I would go middly, but quite high up, because I want to stick the bow just either side of this little cute bit at the bottom. So sweet. And then this is retired ribbon. Sadly, it's no longer available, but I had some to use, quite a lot actually, because it was coming in a duo pack, and I used the gold in my one of my special Christmas classes this year. So there are other silver ribbons, or probably a different ribbon you could use. This white one, that would look very pretty as well on there. So, but I was just using this up. So if you have some, great. And you need, let me just see, 11 inches on here. So I was quite generous. Well, my ribbon scissors have gone, but this one cuts quite nicely. I'm just going to cut a little, she says, a little diagonal at one end. I can't see them. Probably with that die that I lost earlier. Naughty things. Right, 11 inches, and I'm just going to snip that here as well. Okay, so this on this card, as we do quite often, we're just going to put a loop here. Have a little practice first before you stick it all together. And glue dots are generally your friend on this one. So you're going to have it so that it trails a bit here, loops up a bit here. So I'm going to grab my glue dots while I've got it in place. I take your pick tool, take one off of here, and then while I've got it folded over, I'm just going to peel this bit back and oops, pop that on the ribbon. Oh gosh, I did it too far over. Is it on there? Oh no, it's still on there. It's on the take your pick tool. That's a shame because I had it just where I wanted it. Okay, let's readjust. It's fine. Okay. Peel that back, pop a glue dot there, and it will be where you want it to be. This little label I've popped on with sound like this little pig, it's a little piggy. This little label I popped on with dimensionals. I'm sorry, it's getting late. So I'm rambling now. But I needed to get my videos done. And also, while it's quiet, I think it's going to rain heavily again tomorrow. So I needed to do these so that the rain wouldn't be sounding heavily on my studio out here. Right, so this one will center. You could put the other piece onto this label first if you want to, but basically that on there. And then I'm going to use some more dimensionals. Now in the UK, if you use a double layer of dimensionals, if you prop it up twice with dimensionals, this will be a large letter if you're going to post it. Okay, so just bear that in mind. One layer of dimensionals is a regular post if you haven't got too many layers, you know, bulking it out. So always best to check anyway. So how pretty is this? So the whole point of these label dies are that they work together and layer together. Beautiful. And then I'm just going to get my little pieces that I cut. So this a little cluster here that's all stuck together. These are little berries, a little trio. So I'm going to pop this down here with the other little berries on the DSP. And then I'm taking a single one, popping it up here, and then another little single one I'm just going to pop on the center of the bow. And there you have it. I hope you enjoy making my traditional labels, card within a card. Take care, see you soon, bye.